Oh, hello, you. Glad you're here. The politically correct wings of the internet are calling Ellen DeGeneres racist for a picture that she tweeted. Ellen modified this photo of Usain Bolt from the semifinals at the Olympic 100-meter men's race with the caption, "This is how I'm running errands from now on." There she is. Critics say it's inappropriate to portray a white woman riding on the back of a black man in light of racism in American history. Ellen's camp points out that she frequently modifies pictures. And she says bigotry is in no way factored into her gag. Our party panel is back. Harris Faulkner, Dave Smith, and Tom Shillue. I almost said Dave Shillue, wishful thinking. So, Harris, so beautiful.
I love love.
I celebrate it in all its forms. Libertarian, no judgment. So there's real racism out there. There really is. I mean, you can go on Twitter and the things that people say now when they think they're hiding behind the guys.
You have to tell me this?
No, I mean, you've shown me some of the stuff you get on Outnumbered, and it is shocking.
The thing is, though, Ellen DeGeneres would not do this to be mean-spirited. Like, I don't know anybody who honestly thinks that. I do know a lot of people who want to create fire on Twitter so they can have an existence.
Yeah.
So that they can get retweeted and responded to, and when they had 15 followers, now they have 19. Like, those people do exist. What's really sad about this, though, are the people who made thoughtful comments that aren't being talked about because they're just not as interesting. For instance, what if the same thing had been made an image of with Elaine Thompson? And her being ridden by somebody, and also a fabulous runner in the Olympics. It's just one of those cases where you just wish if it were Ellen or somebody on her team, they'd just hit the pause button first.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us, but not because she meant it from a corrupt place, but because she is a good person and you don't want to be misunderstood.
You don't want to be misunderstood, but at the same time, this country and the world has lost its sense of humor.
Yeah.
We are no longer allowed to point out absurdities when everyone has to be so politically correct that they can't make a joke.
Yes, and here's the thing about this example, right? Ellen was not being racist.
Yeah.
Ellen was being colorblind.
Yeah.
Ellen was just treating this as the fastest person.
Yeah.
Now, even these other people who are complaining, they're the biggest.
Wow.
Because if this had been a white sprinter, I know it's kind of hard to imagine a good white sprinter, but let's just say this had been like a really fast white sprinter. That dude, he was pretty good. No one would have a problem with this, and I think they would even admit that. So they only have a problem because he's black, which she was not. She was treating him the same as she would a white person.
All right, I retract my statement.
Look,
she doesn't need to hit pause. That's really bold.
She's a comic. She's supposed to be pushing the boundaries a little bit. I don't even think this is boundary pushing.
That's even better.
Yeah.
this was offensive, not because it was racist, because, let's admit, Ellen doesn't run errands. She hasn't run an errand in about 15 years.
Did you say this is economically offensive?
It should have been a Photoshop of Usain Bolt with her assistant.
That's exactly
Ellen's assistant riding piggyback.
Oh. Yeah. Or even poor Portia.
Oh, you guys, you don't think she does her own groceries?
I don't think she even knows what an errand is.
No, you know how they always try and play gotcha with President DeGeneres? It's like, how much does a half-gallon of milk cost? She'd be like,
That's very funny, though.
All right, well, this story really upsets me. Fire trucks in Arlington, New York, they might be getting more safe, but less patriotic. Monday, the Board of Fire Commissioners, whatever that is, ordered flags to be removed from the fire trucks to limit any liabilities or distractions for other motorists. The local firefighter union president, Joseph Tarquinio, says removing them is tantamount to flag burning. Now, I think that's going a little bit too far, saying it's like flag burning, but if you can't have an American flag on a fire truck, you can't have anything the communists have won.
It's true. I mean, this was safety concerns. They said it was going to be interfering with people in the community or something else. I mean, anything that involves a board, I'm against.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like boards.
Board of Supervisors, Board of Governors.
I can't stand the boards. Let's let them put their flags up and have a good time.
No, now, Dave, you and I may differ on this. I am a deeply patriotic person, and I love Old Glory. I do. I love the flag. I love the Star-Spangled Banner.
The communists have won a long time before these flags came down. If you look at the 10 planks of communism, I think we follow about 8 of them.
No.
Conservatives really care about these issues. I could care less if the flags are up or down, but I love watching all of you guys care, like when Obama takes his jacket off in the Oval Office and people are like,
I don't care about that.
His flag pin isn't big enough or something.
I don't care about lapel pins. I don't care about any of that stuff.
So
but I think that firefighters have a tough job, and they happen to be deeply patriotic, and they're the ones that, I know my brother's a former cop, and he will disagree with everything I'm saying about glorifying firefighters, but they're the ones who rush into wildfires and burning buildings, and they lost their brothers and sisters on 9/11.
All of that is still true. There's just not a flag.
But let them have a flag. I can't stand when people make people take flags down in
I'm not saying they shouldn't be allowed to have the flags up. The reason the flags are down is because the firefighters voted, right?
Not the firefighters.
Or, I'm sorry, the board, whatever voted.
Yeah.
Listen, maybe there should be some other way to decide it, but I just don't really care.
You mean rather than a bunch of people who probably have never saved a life?
Sure. But again.
I don't know. Maybe they're all former firefighters, but that's not what I read.
I don't think they are.
They're not former firefighters. They're a bunch of damn hippies. They want the collective to decide, and they don't want anything that exemplifies greatness and American grit.
It's true.
You know, when a firehouse is part of a municipality that lowers its flags to half staff in memory of a fallen soldier or another fallen police officer, whatever the case, you're banking on that one day not happening, and I don't like this. I don't like it for that reason.
I think that if people on the board have a fire at their house, they should put it out with a garden hose.
Oh my goodness!
Do you like that? All right, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Inaugural visit.
First time on the panel. I love it.
Next time I'm growing a beard.
Next time I'm not shaving mine.